Now, before we get into generating some more pages and all that fun stuff, let's talk about exactly what the heck we're looking at here. Now, I might have, I don't know if I confused you a little bit with all of this routing and all this good stuff, but the actual page that's being served to the server is actually on the essentially the highest level. So if you open up source here, here's our app stuff. It's actually this index.html page, which is right here. And you might be like, well, what's going on here? Where is it loading? Notice that in the body of our HTML page, we have this thing called app root. And we're going to be doing a lot of HTML programming. So if you're not totally comfortable with that either, I mean, I know I'm taking on a lot by kind of explaining everything in a beginner sense with all this, but just stick with me. What this app dash root is doing is it's actually loading up this, the app root component here. See, that's this app root. And so like, um, so that's exactly, so this is essentially what you're seeing here. So like if we go on our app component.html, it's actually routing from here into this index.html file. This is helpful when it comes to styling and all the other good stuff. All right, let's dive in a little bit deeper. All right, so let's go ahead and generate another page that will give us some details about our art, right? So this could be, materials, whatever we want. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do ng generate component. And actually, let's go ahead and shrink this down so you guys can see this a little better. So ng generate component. So ng generate component details, I don't know, dash art dash page. So this would be all of the details about our art. And I'm going to press enter and we'll pop this open so you could see that it did not generate. Let's see, could not find ng module. Oh, the reason for that is I'm not in the um, I'm not in my source area. Is that right? No, we're okay. So let's see. Could not find ng module. Use the skip import to skip. Let's see. Oh, let's go up to the highest level. So I'm going to right click here, open an integrated terminal. So now we're in cell art. And that's where our package, our JSON package and all of our other stuff is. So generate component. I forgot what we were saying, art details page. Let's hit enter and see if that generates. There we go. You can see art details page is here. And that listed it. I'm going to go ahead and control minus, zoom out a little bit here. And same thing, like if we go back into our routing area, remember this thing here? I'm going to just put a comma here, and then I'm going to hold shift and alt. I'm going to push down arrow. Now the thing with this is the details, the art is all going to have an ID that's attached to it. So the path, even though it says art here, and this is going to be a different page, the details listing page, we need to specify something that says that in order to get to the main page, they have to type in the full path for this. So I'm going to hit comma here, and I'm going to just start typing path match and then colon full. Oops. Let's double click this and wrap this in double quotes. Actually, let's undo that. Let's do a single quote for that. So all you do is if you press the single quote or double quote and you double click a word, it'll add the quotes around it. Now, this is like our art detail. So if I want, um, and I want them to visit a page, I can just do art dot details or something. And then notice if I start typing in art details, it's going to find our art details page component. And if I hit Control S and I just double click art details here, let's go test this back on our page. I'm going to remove art here and just hit art details and hit enter. And let's see it kind of spin up. I think I need to rerun it. Let's see. Let's go back for a second. Let's do ng serve. Unless I didn't save everything correctly. Yeah, no, we definitely had to rerun it. So let's let that spin up a little bit. There we go. Compiled successfully. Hopefully it's running out of this same page. Let's see, because I didn't do dash O. There we go. So now our art details page says, welcome to Alex's portfolio art site. And then here's our art detail page works. And just for the, if you're coming back in and, again, this stuff for me, I had to go over it many times. You could see here's our art details page HTML, which is connecting us to, if we go to our art details page component, here's our class that it's connecting it to inside of our initial app component. Remember, we're inside this app component. And I'm going to kind of sort of repeat this a lot just till it's sort of hammered in and it becomes second knowledge for you. But if we go into our initial app component, where's that at? Maybe I don't even have that open. TS, and then we go to our app component routing, which takes care of all of our routing, which we were just in. I think I closed it. And I like to close these out too because it makes it cleaner and easier to see. But if I go to my app routing module, this art details is taking us here. So just remember, this is the URL path and this takes us there. And honestly, we should sort of comment that, right? So like path refers to the path on the page. And if you're not comfortable with, if you're not sure what this is a comment. And what it does is it allows us to insert this in to let other programmers know what we're doing. Even at work, and I do this, I actually code games now. I am like insulting in my comments, and I'm actually thanked for it. So path refers to the path on the page we are going to. And the reason is, if a junior artist comes on, or a mid-level or senior, the mid-levels and seniors appreciate that you're doing this for the junior artists, and sometimes they learn stuff too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this out. And let's just quickly start generating some other pages, right? So there are people who are going to buy our art. There are people who are going to, like I'm going to want to edit my art. So let's just quickly switch back to our PowerShell. And this takes us to our source, which is a problem. So let's junk this page. Let's just go back here for a second. And I'm just going to go to Cell Art, which is our highest level, Open Integrated Terminal. And let's just do the ng generate component. So ng generate component. Let's just build our other pages out. And actually, let's do contact dash page. And I'm actually going to just highlight this for a second, the ng component part. And then I'm going to hit enter, let it generate a contact page. And we did it pretty quick. Now back in our app component, or app routing, let me close this for a second. Our app routing component, another thing I forgot to mention is the art details are going to be by ID. So, and I'll show you how the IDs are generated in a second. So you want to do :.id. Now we have another section called contact page. And if you're like not sure how to get that, and IntelliSense isn't working, you remember you can just go to the class, the thing. So I want to go contact here, just make it really simple. And we'll contact them by ID. And then if you just start typing contact page, I believe, yeah, contact page component, that's that. I'll hit Control S. And let's hit Alt and Shift and bring that down. Let's generate another page. And notice, again, it's importing them for me. You have to kind of go in and do these imports if you didn't install that path extension that I mentioned in the first video. All right, so let's paste this in. And we're going to want to edit our art. So we'll do edit/art/listing. So we're going to be editing our art listing. Let's generate that component. All right, and we have contact, art details contact. I just want to do edit listing, or yeah, edit listing just for now. And that is the URL to our page, and then we can just do edit and then let that, put that in there, the class name in there for us. There we go. Let's save that. And let's do another one that displays my art. So my art page. And let's hit enter on that. And you can see here. And I think I forgot to put page at the end of listing, but that's okay. I mean, just remember, you want to keep consistent. So here's my art page. And I'm going to go ahead and hit shift art here, and then just do my art. Just one word if you want that to be, and then my art page component. Let's save that. Now, when we go to the My Art page, it's just going to be a list of our art, and we don't really need the ID page because in Edit Listing, we're going to edit an actual listing of our art. And the same thing with the contact, we're going to contact a specific person by their ID. So say you decide to expand your site and have other art for sale. Same thing, at Art Details, it's a specific piece of art. And then My Art component. And I'm going to close this out a little bit to give ourselves some room so you could see this a little better. So remember, we have all of our imports here. And then maybe the last thing we want is a page for, let's see, we can edit our listings, we can contact people, we can do art. If you want to list a new piece of art, so let me paste this. So if you want to list new dash art dash page. So this is if you're listing new art. So let's generate that component, and then in here, I don't know, maybe list new art or something. List, yeah, maybe, yeah, and we'll do list art or something for the name. So like if you want to list some art, you can do it there, and then we'll just do new list. Let's see, what was the name of that thing? I think we created new art page, or no, what did we do? Oh, new art page, yeah. So let's do new art page component. There we go. So let's save that out. That looks pretty good. You know what? Let's do new art listing. Let's save this. So what I like to do is just at the end really quick is I'll double click each one of these. Like I think we looked at contact, but I'll copy these. See where it says contact ID. And I just go back in here and then I just do a forward slash. And I hit enter, and like we don't have an ID just yet, but we'll do all that good stuff later. But just to kind of test these pages out, so we could do, let's see, maybe my art is a good one. And we actually don't need these at the end. So let's do my art and forward slash my art. And there we go. It says my art page works. So they do work. And that looks pretty good. Let me take one last look before I end this video. No, I think that's good for now. So that's just creating new pages and routing them. That's sort of our process.